Did you just say Onita and you can't come in my room at night? What the fuck was that?
Whoa. I didn't say that, buddy. I think you're the one saying nonsense.
My God. What a way to start.
Kaizoku. Oni. Oh, wow.
It's completely butchering
I
it.
don't fucking know how to say that. I don't speak Japanese or anything. I speak.
It's disappointing that between the two of us, one of which is actually Asian, I'm nailing the Asian.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. How you want to do the intro? I forget what we're doing for the intro.
Welcome to Anime Talk.
Welcome to Anime Talks with two jacked weebs. Welcome to episode 3. 2. I forget. Is it episode 2 or 3?
You ready? You wanna do the intro this time?
Sure, I can do the intro.
Yeah, do it. Hit it.
Hey guys, welcome to two jacked weebs talking about anime.
We just really extended the title there.
I don't know, dude. I'm not really bad with intros.
You're not about the intros?
I think you can do the intros. I think I'm really bad with it.
Fuck. Alright, fine, I'll do the intro. What's up, everybody? I am Brad. This is Jessy, and you are here for another episode of Two Jacked Weebs. Today we're going to be talking about One Piece Chapter 1100.
Thank you, Bonney.
Thank you, Bonney.
Thanks, Bonney. Thank you.
We finally made it to 1100. There's no break next week.
Thank God. Thank God. I'm tired of these breaks, honestly.
Apparently, there's rumors that so 1100 was supposed to be a big deal, which like makes sense like numbers wise, but because we got like sort of a half chapter on, I think it was 1098, that was the half chapter. I think that kind of pushed the timeline out a bit, but apparently there's some rumblings that 1101 is going to be a fucking nuts
1101, huh? I mean, hopefully after this banger of a chapter, we get and even a follow-up, another banger. But
this whole arc has been a banger, honestly. I don't think there's been a single issue that's come out that I've been like, it was mid.
I think in the very beginning, I mean, kind of the middle of the Egghead was kind of boring, because at first it was hype as fuck as the Egghead. Then we see Vegapunk, then we see all the satellites, and then it's all the middle stuff where they figure out kind of like technology and what's going on. Like that kind of middle intro stuff was like not that it wasn't like exciting to know about, but it was a little boring.
We got lore drops in there though. We got like the history of the devil fruits, well, sort of the history of the devil fruits, and like some of the ancient kingdom stuff, like that it's not actually ancient, it's a civilization of the future from like whatever they were so technologically advanced.
Right, yeah.
So like we got some stuff. It wasn't as like
forgot about that.
Yeah, like it wasn't like as hype as this background chapter is, or like these flashbacks rather, because like these are directly related to the things that we've wanted to know for so long, and all that stuff was just new stuff.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I just think these last few releases here have just been fucking spot on. Like these are just absolute bangers left and right.
This flashback has been insane.
Oh, 100%. I feel so bad for Kuma, man.
Dude, same. Dude needs a break.
He got a break technically right now. Like he's not mentally there, so I guess he's having a break.
Is that what we're calling it?
I mean, maybe
his personality's been wiped out.
I mean, maybe
so
if
he's fine.
He might come back, man. The memories are still there. You know, he might be taking a little vacation, a little snooze fest. Sure, his body is not his right now. He's just killing people left and right and being treated as a slave. But he doesn't know that. You know, he's not there mentally.
We did talk about some of the theories that are floating around for what's going to happen when Kuma shows up. We talked about the one theory that's probably true, that neither of us wants to be true, of Kuma's memories don't exist anymore.
I really hope not. You know, I do understand Bonney took in the memories and absorbed them and, you know, figured out all her dad's past. But I'm really hoping for a plot hole here, you know, that the memories stay intact.
You know, it's good when you're hoping for a plot hole. You're like, fuck, Oda, just forget about that. Just like, don't worry about it. Give the happy ending.
Just give us back Kuma. All right. At this point, you know, at first, yeah, he was a cool character. He was a cool warlord. Now he's just a train wreck of a character, and I need him back in my life. You know, he's the real hero that we don't deserve.
Honestly, though, and like he's the one character that, like, out of all of One Piece so far, I don't want him to die. Like, if you told me, if Oda came out and was like, I have plans for Luffy to die at the end of the series, I'd be like, all right, I could see that. He's gonna go the way of Roger, and you know, he's basically ground himself into dust, like.
Or even like Zoro or Sanji when they give, or especially Sanji when he does his ultimate sacrifice. I couldn't understand that. Yeah, I'd be sad, but I could get behind the reasoning. But Kuma, come on, man.
Don't kill Kuma. Kuma deserves life. Of anyone, Kuma deserves life.
He deserves just to have ice cream on a beach and drink pina coladas all day. All right, like
Right? And
that's
just,
what he deserves
travel
now.
the world with his daughter like he wanted to. Like
Hmm.
what a simple dream for him to have. And he can't even have that. Like this
No,
dude is I mentioned this to you before when we read the chapter, but like Luffy wants to be the most freest person in the entire world, and Kuma is the most not free.
no,
Like I don't
Kuma's the most enslaved out of everybody here. Right? He was born a slave.
Yeah, his whole life has just been like in servitude of other people, and like some of
Hmm.
that was forced and some of that was just like because he committed himself to people. But
Hmm.
like he's not free. He's the most not free person, and
Nope,
it's
he
crazy
is.
to see the difference.
He needs to be. He needs to be left alone. All right. He needs to be left alone with Bonney, so they can have their mini adventures on every island. You know how easy it would be for him just to take her on a vacation and travel the world.
They wouldn't even need a ship.
Yeah, just blip him,
Yeah.
teleport, I guess. Or
Yeah.
push him, whatever. I forget how his powers work. I think he pushes them in the air, right?
Yeah, something like that. Like he pushes them to a specific place. I don't know.
And they just fly in the sky for like a day or two, whatever. Can you imagine flying in the sky without food or water for like 2 days?
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah, didn't it take Luffy like whatever 2 days or something to reach Amazon Lily or something like that?
I think it was just 4 days. Like, imagine no food or water. You're pissing and pooping in the air,
Just
and you don't even know what's going on. Like you're just flying.
It's
Okay,
like,
well,
and you're living on an island somewhere, and all of a sudden you just see someone rocket past, and all of a sudden just like a fucking shit drops out of the sky.
no, exactly. Like, what do? You get rained on with piss? Like, well, thanks, God. Imagine you're in a drought, right? And you're in an island with no fucking food or water. You're trying to grow some plants, and you see some guy just screaming at the top of his lungs in the air, ah! And this a shower of piss is raining across your crops. What do you like? How do you react to that? Like, I think I would just.
I was not expecting. I
I'm
was not
just.
expecting this direction for this
I'm.
episode.
I mean, my mind's just going. I'm just saying. If you're flying in the air for 4 days, man, there's you gotta think of all the possibilities. And then your eyes will probably be dry as hell. You probably need some Visine, drop a couple of those every now and then. Like, oh my. Not the most ideal way of traveling, so you know.
Yeah, like the best way is just like to try to pass out as much as possible. Like know you're gonna be fine when you get there, but like
Are you
just
really gonna be fine though? There's no way for them to properly land though. Like they just fly into the dirt.
that's true.
What if you suck? What if you actually suck and you just break all your arms? Just putting that out
This
there.
scenario, this
Just
scenario got so fucking wild.
just putting that out there. We haven't even got into the chapter reactions or any of our what we want to talk about. I'm just saying Kuma's powers has definitely some flaws in it. But this guy needs to be brought back, left alone, and that's it. Enjoy your whiskey, Kuma, on the beach or something.
And the funny thing is that like we've read enough One Piece to know that like I don't want to assume anything because like this chapter has definitely or this arc has definitely left me guessing because like after a while you start to guess One Piece and you're like, okay, Oda will do this or he'll do that or whatever, and like you kind of like know where you're at with him, but like this arc has been nonstop.
Yeah, honestly did not expect any of this, especially like Bonnie's outcome.
Yeah.
Like I remember way back when the five elders were like, "We need Bonnie for like whatever reason," and the fan base is theorizing so many different things. Like me personally, I thought I was leaning towards that they needed her for her power to like decrease her age. Obviously, that's not even the case. Not even near.
Yeah, she's just a hostage.
Yeah, she's just a literal hostage for Kuma.
Which is crazy, and like I was not expecting the amount of swerves that we've gotten because like after a while, like I said, like you can kind of like guess where everything's at, and like I don't want to do that right now. Like I have no idea. I want to say the way the setup is, Kuma's primed right now to not survive. He's gonna die in a blaze of glory. He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do to like save Bonnie or like bail the crew out or whatever.
Hmm.
Especially because like we're still like Egghead is still like very much a mirror to Sabati. Kizaru's there, Sentamaru's there, Kuma's on his way, like all of that stuff kind of mirrors it. I don't think that he's going like I don't want him to kill him. And part of me is like, no, that's exactly where it's gonna go, but I don't know that for sure anymore.
I think he needs to die. I'm not gonna lie.
That makes
Like
me sad.
to finally conclude his character. I think Oda is definitely I think he definitely needs to die.
Or now think of it this way, what I was saying before, like Kuma is the most like enslaved person, and he's gonna run into Luffy, which is the most free person. Disregarding the fact that he's Nika, maybe it's this whole setup is the fact that like Luffy's gonna be the one to finally free Kuma from all of his slavery.
Oh my god, what if? So you know how you said you brought up Nika there. What if he goes in gear fifth, and there's some like deep primal thoughts in Kuma's mind, still thinking lingering about Nika, and that like wakens him up again.
Mm-hmm. Or like
And
there's
then
like some programming of like I've heard the drums of liberation, I'm back. Like
yeah, like what's the elephant's name again?
oh, Zanisha.
Zanisa, you know how he got awakened when he could hear the drum beats of liberation? What if Kuma does the same thing? Like it just awakens him, just snaps him out of this like cyborg whatever he's in right now. I don't even understand what he's like. Is he wiped or is he like put to sleep, unconscious? Like what is he? I don't even know.
That's not really clear, and I don't know if we will get an answer for that because assuming to like wipe someone's memory, you would need to like replace
Their
their
mind, right?
mind with something, like whether it's machinery or whatever it is. Like I don't know if he was
Mhm.
just like they literally just pulled Kuma's brain out of his head, kind of thing. Like I don't know, but there's definitely so much about Kuma finding faith in Nika and Luffy being Nika that like
Mhm.
that's going to have to come to a head, and I want to say that like because that whole idea that Kuma is the most enslaved person and then Nika being like his freedom. I want it to be that like Oda doesn't kill him. Oda gives him what he's been working for.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope. All you can do is hope
Yeah, that's true.
for Kuma at least.
Yeah.
Let's dive a little bit into the chapter
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah, we got a big tangent.
yeah.
But
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
yeah. But I thought the chapter was pretty dope. Like
I loved it. I loved it.
I really like the beginning where Saturn's talking through the Denden Mushi to Vegapunk and Kizaru's there and everything like that starts that dynamic of like what we're gonna see through the chapter. And fucking Kizaru, man, this chapter, like at the beginning of Egghead, I was like, fuck Kizaru. Like dude's gotta go down. And now I'm just like protect Kizaru at all costs.
He's just a guy. He's a friend of Vegapunk. One for one.
Yeah.
Like, they're all on friendly terms. They're not like bashing each other, but like you can tell that like Kizaru is just he's a good guy to his friends,
Hmm.
but he has to do a job. Like he's so committed to justice, or maybe he's not even that committed. He just wants to be told what to do because he doesn't know what to do,
Yeah.
and he's just doing his job, which sucks in the end. Like just like how he's fighting on Egghead right now, risking his life fighting Nika or fighting Luffy.
Yeah, well, and that was the whole thing of like in the beginning when Kizaru first got there, and he was like, "I wish that I could make some amendments to my orders to save old friends." That was right before he started fighting Sentamaru and stuff, because like he's got history with them. Like, there's a reason
Mhm.
Sentamaru calls him uncle, right? Like, he's like family.
And they are, yeah, which is the saddest thing. And he's just, I don't know, I think when I said this in our previous recording, but like, he's just a dog. He's told what to do. He does what he does, and that's it. Which is the saddest thing because he has character under him. Like he has his own feelings, and it's just unfortunate that he's so devoted to justice.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of it is like, because like you haven't really seen his motivation, right? Like you've seen
No,
some of his past. You've seen like he was with Vegapunk and Sentamaru in the earlier days, and he kind of looked scrubby. Like he kind of came up from the streets, kind of thing.
yeah, with his little hat and tank top, yeah.
Yeah. Like he definitely didn't come from like privilege or anything like that. So like I wonder what really drew him to be a Marine, what drew him to be the way that he is. To know his backstory and to see where he came from would change the context of this whole flashback and just everything that we've seen Kizaru do.
Hmm.
And I'm curious to know how much of that is like is really in conflict right now with what's going on in Egghead. Like he clearly doesn't want to be there doing it, but he's doing it anyway. And he's
I,
doing it to like essentially the fullest of his abilities. There's theories floating around that Kizaru is not taking the fight with Luffy seriously. But
I
I
hope
mean,
not. I fucking
yeah.
hope not. I honestly think from like Kizaru's perspective, like I feel like he like as you were mentioning before, that he kind of looks scrubby, kind of looking from the streets. I feel like the Marines were the only ones to ever give him a chance for him giving him this life. He probably got the devil fruit from them in a specific way, or like he found it or whatever. And the only way he did it was through the Marines. So he probably has to devote like his life to them, like paying back the Marines essentially. Because now he's dressed all dappered up. He's like, he looks very nice. He's probably like has a bunch of expensive jewelry as well, or whatever the case may be, or anything like that.
Yeah. Like he's definitely, you've seen that rags to riches with him. Like he was literally wearing like literal rags, and then like now he's like the best dressed Marine admiral that we've seen.
Yeah, so I feel like he's like he has to devote his life now to pay them back, even though what he's doing, he knows what he's doing is wrong, or like he doesn't want to do it. He has to do it, which is again like as I said, like a dog. Like you know how you save a dog from, let's say, like a puppy mill, right? Like that's not the best conditions
Like
for a puppy to live.
like a rescue or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like he's in that regards kind of like that, which is again sad because he can't. Like I feel like even if he wanted to bend the rules, he couldn't because he just has that much devotion to paying back his debt or something along those lines.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and there's theories floating around too that like we're getting more of a look of Kizaru right now because like he's going to become like his story, his arc isn't going to end here. Like people want him to join the crew, for example. Like I don't see that happening.
I could not
Because
see that coming.
yeah, if anything, I see Bonney joining the crew, because of like who she is and like
Mhm.
her whole mission and goal and everything like that. I don't see Kizaru doing it because like, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's old now. Like the oldest crew member we have is, I mean, technically Brooke, but like Brooke's kind of ageless. After that, it's Frankie, and Frankie's like what 30, 35,
I think 37 after Sam too.
something like that. Yeah, so like he's not old in any sense, but like Kizaru's old. Like he's in his like 50s kind of thing, and like
Yeah.
he doesn't fit the vibe. Like if anything, I could see him fighting alongside them in terms of like an alliance sort of thing. If and when like his whole, if he gets over whatever's going on with him and like Saturn and like the Marines and stuff like that, because like you can tell he's like right at that breaking point. But so like look at Kuzan, for example. Kuzan was at that breaking point, and like there were so many theories floating around that Kuzan was going to join, and then all of a sudden he's riding with Blackbeard, and you're like, well,
That one
he's not a Marine anymore.
that one
But
so shocks me, to be honest.
yeah, it made more sense kind of like when you went back to see the flashback of how they met and stuff. But like
Yeah.
yeah, I was for sure expecting, because of his history with Robin and stuff too. I was expecting him to kind of join up. I think an ex-Marine would be a pretty cool addition to the crew because we've got like bigger names in, not like bigger names, but like all really unique in the sense of like who they are.
Yeah, back to the chapter here, alright?
I get carried away with One Piece. Leave me alone.
No, don't worry. I love it, man.
But yeah, Kuma just being an absolute fucking Chad. You're gonna make me a slave? That's fine. Save my daughter.
Right? And he's so happy. Like he's so happy to do it too. Like I'll gladly accept any fate if it means curing Bonnie's disease. And that panel hits so hard because look at the Vegapunk's reaction and Kizaru's, and Saturn has dead eyes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's just like after all that effort he's gone through, like he went through all the islands from prior, though, that he sent the crew. Like he did all this effort, traveled across the world, and found nothing. And the fact that he finally found like a cure, but at the exchange for his life, and he's gladly accepting it, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of depressing, honestly. Like it's just
Kuma is like Sanji, but like dialed up to 11. Like Sanji is
yeah.
like so self-sacrificial, and like for a reason, like he was raised to not see value in himself. He was a failure.
Mhm.
He was like always like picked on and stuff like that. And Kuma had similar, not the same things, but like he was a slave. He was always seen as less, and like you can see that trait between the two of them. Like they're just willing to sacrifice themselves because they never saw value in themselves.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what this is. Is Kuma's like, it? You're gonna save this thing that's so precious to me, and I'm the only thing that you want. Fuck it, take it. Like that's a steal.
That's a small price to pay, man, for
Yeah,
her life. Take my life, easy.
yeah, exactly. And like had Sanji not gone through that growth in Whole Cake of like showing Luffy like going tooth and nail for him and like him reevaluating like his own value,
Yeah,
like we would have seen something like this come from Sanji eventually as well.
that'd be really sad. Yeah, we were actually going to see it already with Whole Cake Island.
Well, with Whole Cake, but like also even like if you think back to fucking Thriller Bark, like the nothing happened moment, Sanji was the one that stepped up first and been like, "I'll take the pain,"
Oh yeah. Then Zoro.
and then Zoro was like, "Sit the fuck down, I got this."
Yeah, Sanji 100 would have died.
Oh,
He
definitely.
would have died 100%.
Oh yeah, he was worse off than Zoro at that point. I'm pretty sure, and Zoro was like,
Yeah,
that was the only reason that Zoro was able to like knock him out cold at that point, because he was just like, "No, like sit down." Like
Sit down, buddy. It's my turn here.
But the two characters be like that shows a lot, and also kind of shows like why like a few chapters back, Bonney kind of like looks up to Sanji, like really like considers him to be like a really good person because like they have those similar traits.
Mm-hmm.
I could be reading a lot into that, but like I don't know, it just seems that those two line up for me.
No, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see those traits lining up, and it does make sense for Bonnie like, to express those feelings towards Sanji like that, because it probably reminds her of her dad. Honestly,
Yeah, it's true.
I was just going down here, but I'm just looking at the chapter. Like I'm on page 10 right now, and I love the little transition page. Like right after Vegapunk's like scribbling away and making all of those like designing projects and whatever, you get a snippet of Kuma going through therapy and then Bonnie doing her surgery. But I just love Bonnie's drawing of Kuma and the fact that he becomes the Jolly Roger. Like that's how pure-hearted he is.
That's so
Honestly.
good.
It
Yeah.
is so cute just to see his honestly a shitty drawing essentially.
Yeah.
As Kuma's Jolly Roger.
At this point, with all of this information, I would have read a story, just a straight up manga about Kuma. It didn't need to be One Piece. It could have just been about Kuma, and that would have been fucking amazing.
Kuma's piece.
Kuma's piece.
No, honestly,
that's the R-rated ecchi version.
Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I would have read a story about Kuma, like, cause his I mean, again, his whole flashback's only been like what 3 chapters maybe, but we could have done so many details. We could have dived into every little segment of like the flashback here, and probably honestly had 20 chapters worth of content. Like the first intro chapter with him and Yvonne and Ginny, how they escaped and how they ate the power, like him using his powers, him learning his powers. That in itself could have been like 100 chapters right there.
Well, honestly, even the stuff that happened during the hunting game, we didn't see any of that. Yeah, we saw the beginning of it, and then we saw like cut to like whatever 2 or 3 days later, however long Bonney said it was, that she'd like sent out or Ginny, sorry, said that she'd like sent out the distress call. And that's all we saw, but like we didn't see how they survived or the shit that they saw or what they had to go through. Like that could have taken ages.
God Valley is still mystery, man. We got literally teased with God Valley.
I cannot believe that. I mean, I
After
can,
all
but like
these years, we just got a little snippet.
Yep. But yeah, Kuma's whole story just being so dense and so good. All of these little things that pop up, like you said, the drawing, for example, like you would have, if we saw his Jolly Roger before, it would have been like, how did he get that? Why does it look like that? And then finally realizing that it was Bonney that drew it, you're like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. It's so cute. Like,
it is cute, man. Is this his daughter? It's not even his real daughter, right? It's not like that's
his real daughter. That's you know what? Biology aside, that's his real daughter. I don't give a shit.
All right, I'll give you that one. It's so fucking cute. And the fact, and then a couple like a panel later after you see Kizaru, you see the whole Vegapunk crew is having pizza and them doing the Nika dance. That to me, because I know for a fact we talked about this last time, but I know for a fact that's fucking Kizaru doing the Nika dance with them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the fact that he's just like all in it. Who cares? Like, what are you doing, Kizaru? Like,
yeah, what are you doing with the world government, buddy?
Right. Like, dude knows the significance of the Nika dance. He knows what he's doing, and he's just like, he's having fun. He's enjoying his time.
Yeah.
I need a Kizaru flashback now, and I need to know what got him here.
Oh yeah, I want to know. Like, I want to know his motives. That's number one. I want to like understand his motives and like why he does the things he does, and hopefully in the end he turns to the world government. Ideally, because he doesn't seem like a bad guy right now. Like Greenbow, Akainu, they seem like jackasses.
Greenbow's a prick. Greenbow's only doing it for Akainu's approval.
Yeah, no, it's I fucking hate him. He's so annoying.
Yeah, same. But like Fujitora is like actively in there just to fuck up the world government. He's like, I'll be here just to make your jobs just a little harder.
I will do right justice. All right, that's what he is. I love Fujitora. He's a good champ. Just moving along in the chapter here, but page 13, man, that hits. Just that little 3-panel section.
I know.
When Bonney wants to go on lots of vacations, and Kuma's like, "Yeah, I love to take you there anywhere you want to go. Yeah, I would love to do it." And that empty look in his eyes.
God, that look kills me. Honestly, I think that a lot of people have looked at the panel of him crying, like crying tears of joy, and been like, "Whoa, that panel hits." But for me, it's that panel, that empty stare
Yeah.
that hits so fucking hard because it's just like he
Mm-hmm.
knows that there's no happy ending for him.
No happy ending for him and her. As
Mm-hmm.
long as she lives, he'd be happy in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, their happiness got cut that day.
Mm-hmm.
And as we can see already, like he's already gone, right?
Oh yeah.
He's just a slave, which is the most. I don't know. I'll keep going back to this over and over again, but that is the most depressing thing. Just knowing this backstory now, it's so fucking sad. And Bonnie's so
It's so
cute too.
sad. I know. Bonney
Cute
just
little
like
kid, man.
and she doesn't know anything that's going on. She's just like being told bits and pieces because obviously you don't want to put that on like a kid.
Yeah.
So
Well,
she's just getting like
she's just a dumb kid, a dumb 10-year-old
yeah,
kid.
which is crazy because like it's basically the same as she is now. She just knows the truth and like is still a kid. She's still dealing with that. She's what 12 in current timeline.
I think so. Yeah, 12.
Yeah, like that's insane that she's like unpacking all of this as a 12-year-old. Like that's what leads me to believe that she's going to join the crew. Like her crew is done, it's toast, and her goal now is to free people, like free the slaves like Nika. And who's Nika? It's Luffy. So what better way to see out her goal to inherit Kuma's will.
If Bonnie joins, I just wouldn't know. The dynamic would just be so different.
It would be so good though, because like, especially if she stays kid form, like if she just like commits to it, because like Nami has a thing with kids, Robin has a thing with kids, Sanji has already. He's not like been creepy with her at all. He's been like a caretaker. Like I don't know if like on some level he knows, or like he knows just like not to go there.
He probably gets that vibe.
Probably like he just knows not to go there. But like he's been looking after her as well. Obviously, her and Luffy vibe, and her and Chopper, like
Her and Zoro, you know how she saved Zoro's life already?
that's true.
As
Yeah,
a
exactly.
10-year-old? As a fucking 10-year-old?
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's so much ammo for her to join the crew that, especially with her crew gone, and if Kuma does not make this out alive, which there's a good chance that that's the case, but we're not gonna leave Bonnie alone.
No, I don't think you can. I really don't think you can.
Yeah, like I can almost. I don't want to say I'm almost gonna guarantee because I'm gonna get fucking slapped by it. I really hope that she's gonna join at the end because I think that she'd be a great addition to it. And like there was the idea that like she could use her ability to age up Luffy to basically make him like the most powerful version of himself, and that is something that could carry on into the future. That maybe could be a thing. I don't see it happening here and now. I see Kuma coming in and doing some shit, but that little age up thing could be a really cool fucking thing to happen.
That would actually be kind of insane for her to like level him up.
Like obviously it's temporary, but like if he's like getting toast in a battle or something like that, she's gonna be like, "Boop! Now you're like 35 and you're like Shanks tier. Now go Gear 5 and go fucking rock shit."
That'd be fucking insane, to be honest. I didn't even think about that, actually. Holy fuck.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no. I'm totally sorry. I'm just kind of sideswiped by that. That'd be insane.
That's what I'm saying. But like that's why I think that there's like good ammunition for Bonnie to join because like she's got such a good vibe with everyone and like she's
Mhm.
already kind of fit in. Like if you go back to I don't remember what chapter it is, but it was before that big break that we had where York was finally captured and there was a shot of everyone in that double page spread
Yeah.
and Bonnie was there and she was just vibing with the crew. If that's not foreshadowing, like
Oh, that was like 1090, bro. No, 1089.
it was a while back, yeah.
Oh no, not even, bro. Let me go back.
Because I'm pretty sure after that we got the Garp stuff, like the Garp and Kuzan fight.
Yeah. 'Cause that was 1089. I'm reading it now. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was a while ago. That feels like fucking like 2 years ago. Oh my god.
it was a
Um,
while ago.
yeah. Okay, just moving on the chapter here. It's always so nice and refreshing to see like past characters, especially Doflamingo. I know you love that panel.
I fucking love that panel. It's
He
so good.
looks so devious and evil, but it's
Yeah,
always good to see like flashbacks, like even Crocodile, Mihawk, even old Kobe. Like look how scrubby he looks.
I know. Yeah, before pre glow up Kobe.
Yeah, before they hit puberty, and then it's always good to see fucking Ace. I love Ace. I miss Ace. Jinbei, Hancock. It's obviously Teach. Fucking hate that guy. Everybody hates him. He looks so scrubby, like prior to his like power up. He just
I
has like
mean,
this.
even with his power up, he just changed clothes, but he still looks like a fucking homeless guy.
Yeah, I know. I know. He just looks like a scrub. Ah, Moria, fucking hate him. I do love that Moria and Perona. Oh, I just love that panel art. It just looks sick to me with her devil fruit too.
hmm I love Perona's character. Honestly, I really like her design and her abilities and stuff like that. And she's just a cute little goth girl, and
Yeah,
that is 100% my vibe.
yeah, and Sabo. I don't think Sabo even he doesn't have his memories in that. He just
No,
that's not even Sabo that we know. It's just some other Sabo.
some other Sabo, yeah. And then last page with Kuma just being at Fuchsia Village. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory about this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just the sequence of events doesn't make sense to me. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
look at that last panel, he's already at Fuchsia Village when whoever it is contacts him saying you have orders. I don't think he was ordered there for Luffy. He was already there.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the orders, they're like, "Hey, you have new orders from the government. Where are you?" And he says, "I'm in East Blue." They didn't tell him to go to East Blue. He's
Yeah.
just there. So like I don't think that he has any like there's anything to do with the world government and Luffy right now. I think he's just there because of like one reason or another. Like who fucking knows, right? Like he heard Dragon had a son, he's going to check it out, or like I don't know, fucking
Yeah, well, I want to know the reason why he's there. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't make sense for him to be there.
no, it doesn't. But it also doesn't make sense for the world government to order him there. Because like if world government knew that Luffy ate the Nika fruit, he'd have been dead fucking years ago. Like
Yeah,
he ate
the
that
One
fruit when he
Piece
was
wouldn't have
5.
started. One
Yeah,
Piece would not have even started.
yeah. Like he ate that fruit when he was 5. Like he would have been done. Kuma being there, he's there of his own volition. He's there for a reason, and it's not based on the world government.
I don't even think it's for Luffy. It has
It
to be.
might not even be for
It
Luffy.
has to
Yeah,
be
that's
for
true.
another character that like has some tie to Kuma. And what is he doing? Like I feel like because Kuma is in his tyrant phase right now, or his
His warlord.
warlord phase. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I feel like he has something has to tie him there. I can't figure out what though. It just doesn't. Nothing makes sense. Like none of the characters there besides the occasional Garp visit. But at the time, like what does he need with Garp? You know?
Well, and like he would know where Garp is. Like
Yeah.
unless Garp was at Fuchsia Village, it was like, oh yeah, roll up.
Yeah, you could just talk to him at Marina HQ or something, right?
Yeah. Like I don't know, maybe.
I just want to like I just don't I can't think of any theories. Like I saw a couple of them floating online and just none of them really hit. Like you know how what you know Luffy's ship breaks right away from that as soon as he set sail in that like tidal wave or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, the whirlpool or whatever. Yeah.
Someone says Kuma did that. I don't think so because Kuma's powers don't do that. You
Well, I
know?
mean, he could use his power to make because it's a whirlpool or whatever. So if he just pushed the air down to create that whirlpool, like
Yeah, but
he could do it.
there'd be no reason for him to do that to like Luffy. Like again, he's a pacifist, so like there's no reason. And the
Yeah.
government clearly doesn't know about Luffy yet at this point.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that like it doesn't make any sense as to like why he would be there other than the fact that like I mean the only thing that's linking him to Dawn Island is Dragon, obviously,
Hmm.
Garp potentially, or if like some shady shit's happening with Shanks. And then like technically Sabo wouldn't remember that stuff. He was still dealing with memory shit.
Yeah.
So it's literally just like those three options unless something else comes up, but like again, I don't think he was ordered there. I think he just happened to be there when he got orders.
I just can't figure out like why. I don't know. I need to know. I want to see the chapters. I want to see the leaks already.
Same. Okay, out of 10, what do you think for this chapter?
I give it a 9.
A
Give it a
9?
9. I would
Solid
have
ass 9?
solid 9. I would have gave it a 10 if he saw Saturn. I mean Saturn killed, but I give it a solid 10. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
solid 9, 9, 9, 9. Sorry, 9.
Yep. I think I'll go yeah, like 8.5. 8.5, 9.
And it have yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Because
If we saw some violence or something, like some fight scene, I think I
I
would give
don't
it
even care. I'm not. I don't even read One Piece for the fights. I read it for the story. The story's so fucking good.
10.
All right, yeah. Well, we'll wrap it here, and we'll pick it back up when 1101 comes out. Hopefully in a couple of days,
Yeah, hopefully. I
and
need to
we'll
see
get.
these spoilers now, man. Honestly.
I know, I know. I want to see Raws. I want to see full chapter breakdown. We got, I think, 3 chapters in a row that were just solid fucking bangers. So you know what, Oda, take your break.
I'll take
You,
the break. Yeah,
you deserve it.
I'll take it.
And that was it for this week's episode of Two Jacked Weebs. I have been Brad.
I have been Jessy.
And that was chapter 1100 of One Piece. If you like us being doofuses about manga or anime or whatever it is, feel free to like and share and subscribe and check us out. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff as time goes on. We'll probably get into some older series, talk series reviews. We'll talk some weird anime stuff, like what got us into anime to begin with. What Jessy likes to fap to. We don't know. We'll find out.
Tune in next time.
You never know, right?
You're a monster. All right, take care, y'all.
All right, easy.